something like that would happen on a Sunday afternoon.
Well, when you dealing with different hoods, what do you expect? Because it's the weekend, and I don't know. I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm from Santana Block Crip, so it's gonna do what it do.
Well, I hope.
Teach your man how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
If you're tired of being censored on social media, join 6zeros.net. It's black owned, black operated, and black moderated. And we make sure it stays a safe space for us to talk about all things black culture. We also got some cool gear like the FDM cotton crew neck, the Fearless Ancestors tee, hats, and more. Check us out at 6zeros.net.
Hey girl, why are you so sad?
I just got banned from Twitter again.
Should have been on 6zeros.net. Ah.
right. Welcome once again to the beatzillapdx official show. I am your host, beatzillapdx officially, and we are here for the midweek report. So hopefully everybody is doing well. You know, we started the show a little different today, um, but I think it's appropriate for what we have to cover. So it's been an interesting week thus far. Interesting developments in the world of, I guess, grassroots politics, you could say. Grassroots politics meets mainstream politics, I guess. So, we got a lot of things to talk about this evening. So, with that being said, please hit that like and share button on your way in if you have not already done so. And if you have not already subscribed to this broadcast, please do so, and to this channel, do so at this time by hitting that notification bell and hit the word all. That way you'll be notified anytime this channel goes live or uploads video, which there will be a few uploaded videos this week and throughout this weekend. So pay attention to that. Uh-oh. Oh boy, oh boy. So, there's a lot going on in this world of blatant anti-blackness, and we're going to have to address a lot of that this evening and throughout this week because I couldn't cover it all today. And it looks like there was just another incident that popped up today. So, man, it is a very interesting time. With that being said, let me see what we got in here so far. We got One Who Cares in the house. Nikki the Guy, my chief moderator in the house. Donna O'Neill, Tia to you. Amari, Zene J, salutations. Judah Queen in the house. Kid Gravity Beyond in the house. What is going on, my brother? Let's see, got Tia to you. Said like film animation art. Simply Sandra, Dark Skinned Brother, Lady Effa, Tasha Peters in the house, Black Mama, hey sis, what's going on? Let's see. Samuel Logan, all right, I see my brother. All right, Esmont in the house, welcome. Phantom Beat, and Esmont, because I remember it was always up in the air. Esmont is a female. Esmont is a female. So, yes, we got that one figured out. Right. Oh, Quasi Black Star, I see. Black first, everybody. Okay. So with that being said, family, man. So I'll start, I guess, this broadcast right on off with something that, thanks to D. Tubman, being on top of things, she was able to put out there. She put on her page. She put on her page the space of Luke, Uncle Luke, as people like to call him for whatever reason. Luther Campbell put up one of his spaces from my guest last night. As y'all know, he had a space the other night where I guess, to my understanding, I know Black Alpha had went up there and spoke. Then they kicked him out. I guess right after him is when the room started glitching. And then, of course, also our sister Jade Lioness Crown. She went in there and properly, brilliantly lambasted this Democratic operative. What's her name? Nikki Barnes. So went in, pretty much gave her the smoke, all that she needed, in a very intellectual, classy manner. And so that was really dope. So we had the space the very next day. It was Black Alpha Network space. I was co-host, Queen Alpha, and Linus, would spend a measurable time in the room with us. And then, since she was in there, I had her elaborate on the story. Um, Buzzard Cam, I see you in the house. I see you in the house. Bevelyn Caraway, I see you. Curly Girl, hello, hello. Yes, indeed. That's what I said. Yes, I am, Beats. Yes, indeed. Okay. Um, oh, Yella Aket. Yes, indeed. We are international. Um, so we're in this room, we're in the space rather, and just going over what had happened, and it was a very, very, very productive space. We had, I guess it went from, we went for about 4 hours, I guess, and it was nice size space. We had about 700 folks that ended up in. Quat, quat, Quat man, welcome, welcome. Well, I missed part of it as well, Quat man. So you didn't miss too much because I missed part of it. I'm just catching up myself with the whole catching up with Uncle Luke's space because obviously he got word or wind of brother Alpha space, and they had some, I guess, feelings about what had came out and occurred, and also I noticed somebody that got on stage had mentioned Oregon. It's like, oh, okay, we already know who you're referring to there, and so they were talking about our space from yesterday. And again, here's the thing that they like to do: they like to mention us without mentioning us. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, oh well, they got some brilliant people over there, but I mean, and here's the other part of it. Because what had happened, for those of y'all who watched my broadcast yesterday, well, obviously, you guys weren't the only ones. So somebody has now, they've taken exception with this notion right here. Because today, all of a sudden, we're hearing about, well, man, I mean, if you're just not going to vote, and I mean, hey, I said it in the space Monday, and we, Black Alpha, we have doubled down on this message all week. Also, the fact that Uncle Luke is absolutely a cent op, and he's proven it by the day. So, I guess for those who are watching now, I'm aware of that. Here's the one thing for me. What would I go into a space to debate or argue? We have an agenda. I'm not that's not a debatable situation. I don't even understand why people even entertain it. I get it because it engaging. You have to engage on some kind of level, and I get that. But when it's meaningful, yeah. When it's like a room full of paid Democratic shills to circumvent this particular notion right here, well, then you should go on alert. Because again, if this is to be true, well, then what's the problem with getting on down with backing this, Joe? I mean, just a thought, right? It's funny, they see that too. And everybody says, well, I mean, well, what kind of legislation would you have? Here's one that really I don't think can miss. And I guess that's why nobody wants to really address me. Because, let's keep it a buck. The the financial scholars are available for this conversation, and I have legitimately broke it down. I broke down all the steps. Now, even with that, let's go back and refer to this. So, even referring to the measures to which I laid down into the Dr. Martin Luther King Reparations Act, you also have these principles backing. So when you're looking at this, you also can understand that, yeah, there's a certain code that people are working with. Doesn't that make sense? Don't you see reparations is in part of that? Yeah, no. So when, people on that Democratic shield, especially the one dude who always pops in these spaces under different names, and always runs with the same line, well, hey, man, I don't understand how you think like Republicans are going to go for reparations any more than the Democrats. We never said that. That's a straw man argument. See, here's the thing. They all do the same cowardly conversation because it's like, oops, oh, Dad Zaddy, please. No, we're over here standing, not tripping, falling over ourselves to get over to the white man. Y'all call yourselves, man, what up? My God. I mean, man, to be so rich, but to be so bound, I don't know what that's like. And I would never want to know. But I mean, hey, they say gain the world. There is that part. So when I see the D. Thomas replay of Luke's Space from last night, it's like, oh, you guys took exception to what was going on and being said, huh? But nobody came up to speak. I mean, it was a big room. There was the other two groups, they were in there. No Uncle Luke, though. No, nothing. Stephen, Darling, I mean, and with the what's her name? Not Darling Nikki. What's that woman's name? Because there's two Nikki's. Nikki something. Nikki Barnes. Nikki Barnes. Good grief. There's too many Nikki's on Twitter. So with the Nikki Barnes woman, she's running for governor for Florida. Guys starting to get the mode of what's happening. They haven't brought their most brilliant minds over. Not everybody in the new black media would be considered to be a political marketing strategist. So who do you mean? Because I see who you're listening to. And again, we had somebody just in Afro's space less than half hour ago. Again, I'm hearing that boy, that phone must have been blazing yesterday, huh? Boy, Hillary was calling it down, boy. Hey, look here now. We have paid you a lot of money, and you are not being effective as you said you would be. Hold on, Byron Allen. See, watch, because Roland Martin just got the Birdman hand up like Byron Allen got this thing for him. No, he didn't. No, that's not why they bought the BNC. I have my suspicions, but I am posing the question: what interest would it be for Byron Allen to own the BNC that was defunct at the hands of the new black media? Is it that Byron Allen believes he could buy a black card by buying the BNC when everybody on that BNC channel was already debunked? Your blackest person, which his claim to fame, of course, is being with Malachi York. But I mean, A lot of good that does when your words no good. So I mean, there's that. So Mark Lamont Hill, yeah, don't think anybody's checked for him. No street cred there. You know, in Flournoy, I see you. I'm always trying to get that correct. Sweet great mom, you know, I am the Nikki. Yes, indeed, Nikki the guy. Actually, yes, you are definitely the first Nikki around this camp. Let's see. BNC versus New Black Media. Kid Gravity Beyond. Facts. And again, I I'm not sold that they would even be looking to compete. I'm not certain that that's the reason. You know, like I said, I have my thoughts on this. But again, what would you consider when you have a bunch of you have Fox Soul, like I said, they're gonna start rolling out Mano for his fall show. And then they're gonna start, that's why they rolled out Luke, because I already called out Mano. Like I saw that one coming, like, yeah, keep an eye on that. When I saw him sitting down for an interview, anytime you see the pivot with them doing like a serious one-on-one interview with Angela Yee, your antenna should go up. Ah, wait a minute. I smell something. I think the BS factory's wheels are churning. Oh, yep, the smokestacks are smoking. They're at work. Yeah, you better know it. Torian Rain Reloaded. What is going on, my brother? Black first, black first. So, as I'm hearing how worried the Democrats are, like me and my wife just sitting up here listening to this space. Shout out, D. I'm so glad you caught that, because I would never be in a Luke space. You know, now you can call up here tonight, Luke, if you want to. I will make that opportunity available. You know, if you're not too drunk. I mean, so what people say. If you're not, then not to disparage your character at all. But I think we have to, if you want to understand, from I guess a more political individual, a voice, again, all we are is megaphones of the people. But what you are is trying to get out here and make people a group. Now, if somebody came together on a basketball court for the sake of basketball, would it make them a team? Does that make that an organized sport? Just because they all came together for the love of one thing? So it's very dirtbaggish to say it has to be related to a group. To say, I love this black brother, I love this black sister, and we all just agree and moving in agreement without being an organization or a group. We are all of the same lineage. See, the one thing that's so funny about all of this, what this literally, the anger and the fuss is about, it's literally about black folks getting along. Go figure. The one thing that they always say about us, we can't ever get along. Look at us getting along, and look at how mad everybody is. Must be something to that, huh? I'm just talking. You know what I'm saying? There must be something there. Oh, there must be something. Think about this. Us liking one another, dialoguing with one another. Most importantly, learning how to get past conflict with one another. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So now you have people coming, oh man, Luther Camp. let me tell you something. To this community and age range, you are the last of moral authority. And then your second choice to stand next to you, the two people on you don't know now. And this is supposed to represent our culture? No, that's why you're sitting up there with people who call themselves politicians and or political strategists and can't answer a direct question. Well, another reason why you can't answer a direct question is because you are dealing in the realm of falsehood, meaning just simply that you're all liars. So when all else fails, lie. Well, this is one of the reasons why you guys are having so much trouble today. The song that people want to hear most out of you is just simply the truth. And if you can't do that, take it to the house. Wait, what you say? Esmond said that they can't stand to see us thrive on any level. Uh, Dark Skin Brother said Luke is a sellout and not for us getting reparations. Thus, that makes him an enemy. Absolutely. Crop Man said, and working against the quote, we don't do nothing but kill each other, quote, BS narrative. Absolutely. Il Flournoy said, Beatzilla official member member win. Simone Sanders said, quote, Uncle Luke is no political mastermind or strategist. Why do black men keep propping up with their unsolicited opinions about Kamala Harris? You know what? You are shown up right. I remember that. Oh, whoa. Good catch. Great catch. Great catch. I totally forgot about that. Because he was dogging Kamala Harris at the moment, talking about her record in California. If you go listen to what they were talking about, they were literally trying, and even today in the space with Brother Afro Elite, that's amazing. They're really trying to they're trying to clean up Kamala Harris. I got it. Rayvon Johnson, what's going on? Lawrence Lilly, welcome. Some chick named Star. Hey, the linebacker said that. So yes, if y'all have not been paying any attention on the other side of the game, myself and Marcel have have subsequently been getting semi-targeted by the K-Hive. So the K-Hivers do not like foundational black Americans. And obviously the ones that are the Democratic shields have been pointed in, our direction to say, hey, all of these voices over here talking this tangibles, all of you talk about tangibles, all of you. Well, me being one of those, and all of us who had Marcel on their program and who was part of trying to get this brother elected, because something else they mentioned. Well, if you just want Clyburn gone. See, if y'all haven't been paying attention, they're throwing out no negotiation terms. It's kind of interesting. Interesting time. I'll say that. Interesting timing. Just pay attention. I mean, for real. But you know what? That yeah. I mean, this was dead. This was dead and gone. Why would you think that the BNC would stand a chance, and why now? Same as Uncle Luke. Why is Uncle Luke speaking right now? You know, why does anybody even give a damn about what he is thinking? Uncle Luke? Uh, well, you know, who knows? Who knows? And before we get any further, we also will be talking about this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We gotta discuss this. Uh, yeah, but not right now. Not right now. But we will get to that. Wow, so, man, the ghost of Reverend Ike. Lord. Oh, but before I move on, also shout out to Red Joker, and you know, I mean, if y'all want to hear a clip of like Uncle Luke's face, here is a brief clip of Uncle Luke. Oh man. And you know, I understand, and don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna say like this man is unintelligent, because to have amassed his fortune, um, he obviously can't be unintelligent. But you know, it might be come down to presentation. You know, down to perception might be based on the presentation. You Oh, Jesus. Oh, my Lord. Let me see. Where is this other thing? Oh, okay. Yep, there. And so, okay, like I said, I don't want to say that I'm putting a label on anyone his intelligence or anything. But for those who are, you know, thinking that the thinking class, I guess you could say, of this generation would be moved by you willing out a, a timepiece from history versus something with. I mean, if it was, it would need something with new ideas. That's not what this is. This is, you know, just rehashed material. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I made a tweet earlier that said, you know, I'm just hearing him in spaces talk and trying to, you know, talk on these issues that clearly he has not been too well vested in for a long period of time. Because the historic piece of understanding these issues is missing for him. And when I'm hearing him talk, I'm like, damn, you know, I understand somebody has sent you here, so they're feeding you these talking points. Got it. Because you can always tell when somebody is talking with something that they with no foundation. It's like, this is a quicksand conversation. Somebody sent you here. You don't even understand what you're talking about. But, I guess this is the type of time of period we are living in, and this is what politics have became. So what I said is, damn, Luke sound like Herschel Walker. Don't he? You be the judge.
So far. They were auctioning goats when the former UGA football star entered the livestock barn, spending more than 20 minutes posing for photos with supporters and some ranchers who didn't even know the auction would double as a campaign event.
We have the people on the left that are campaigning. They're not telling you the truth.
Walker talked about truth in politics. We asked him about this video of him speaking in 2019.
I worked for the Port Law Enforcement. Y'all didn't know that either, did you? I spent time at Quantico at the FBI training schools. Y'all didn't know I was an agent. I probably shouldn't tell y'all that. Y'all don't care. But anyway, yeah, I've been in law enforcement for. So.
You implied that you were in law enforcement. You were never in law enforcement, right?
No, but the story was that I trained with the FBI. So I did train at Quantico with the FBI. And I have worked with law enforcement for years as well, and I continue to work with them.
This spring, Walker skipped a debate with his Republican challengers. But this fall,
I don't know if they agreed on a date.
do you have any intention of dodging debates?
Oh, no, I don't dodge anything. I've never dodged anything. I didn't even dodge it in the primary.
Outside the auction barn, Walker appeared to commit to an October debate with Warnock.
Yeah, he's agreed on a date.
Yeah, he agreed. Oh, he agreed on a date?
Yes.
What date did they agree? October 16th. So if we negotiate and we got everything right, we'll be debating on October 16th, and I'll be ready to go.
Walker declined to answer a question about whether he would support a gay marriage bill now in Congress. And he would not answer when asked if he considered himself the front runner in a race with about 16 weeks to go. In Athens, Doug Richards, 11 Alive News.
Interesting timing on the pick for that date. October 16th. Boy, these Democrats are playing it safe, ain't they? Ooh-wee. Oh, boy. Wow. Yeah, playing it real safe. We're just going to go ahead and wait till after this rally. Ooh, yeah, we're not going to do that beforehand because, boy, we're not going to give them any fuel. Oh, my Lord. But, what's the little Steven dude that be in the Rat Shield posse? Because he go from place to place. The dude that the dude should show up in full uniform. Kid Gravity. Oh Lord, Miss Lady said that debate would be like a comedy show. AK Sour God. B1, my brother. My Lord. So, I mean, come on now. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. And Luke is supposed to be the person who's all of a sudden coming out of nowhere talking politics. You're basically pushing Herschel Walker on us. He is Herschel Walker Democratic style. Probably would have been better off running him as a politician or, in an actual position. But see, again, here's the other part. Yeah, we're not making that much of a difference. You guys are talking in a vacuum. You guys are doing a psyop. You guys sounded like white supremacists. Really? White supremacists are running around there saying give tangibles to foundational black Americans. Really? Where? Where that? Because I would love to see that. But see, just like you guys would sit up there and say how all of these women are going to die if they don't have access to Roe v. Wade, and Roe v. Wade being overturned is a black problem. No, it ain't. Are black babies important? Yeah. Is an unblack baby important? Well, I would like to say how many trans women actually tried to attempt suicide. No, the time of that is over with. And if y'all still thinking that we're the generation that you could just say, like what we were hearing earlier in Brother Afro Elite Space with this elder female, when she said, well, the Democrats are better than the Republicans. I voted Democrat because I just couldn't see them Republicans getting in there and all of this. No mention of the people in Buffalo. No mention of Jalen Walker. No mention of all of the police executions, like this brother down here in San Bernardino getting shot in the back by undercover with a witness on the scene and a camera. And they still lying. All of these Democratic cities. And then somebody tried to tell me, well, I mean, you know, again, you got Democratic this and Democratic that in California. And then it's also something that's really interesting that they brought up too. Somebody brought up today, I heard earlier, is the bill in Oregon. Now, something that was happening today in Twitter, I couldn't even listen to a space more than like 30 seconds. The only way I could listen to the space was going through the laptop. So if anybody that listens to spaces on a computer, you understand you can only listen, can't participate. So I was pretty much stuck to that position. And for some reason, I could not, like, it kept giving me connection issues. So what was so weird, the woman who is caping for the Democrats so hard, her connection issues are A-OK. No problem. Even Afro is having problems. But this woman here, humping the Democrats, easy peasy. Boy, no problem. Nobody had any problems. She was never in the Matrix. No, nothing. I mean, she sounded like she was on Twitter space from a landmine. Come on, man. So we ought to understand, when we are making progress, I'm not a big emotional dude on celebrating and like, hey, this is a victory. Like, okay, cool. What's next? So, but you do also have to recognize the markers of when the people are effective versus these liars that they're paying $30 million for to combat the voices of the people. While saying black targeted market. That's just black targeted combating. Because you are trying to combat a black agenda. Well, since, by the way, Roland Martin, what did you say again about we didn't go to journalism school, so we're not journalists, and we don't know how to lay things out. But this went viral by New Black Media. So you guys been Crump. We beat Ben Crump. We beat Ben Crump to the scene. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, when you ever been that Roland, Mr. Journalist? Ha! And even more so, when have you showed up on the scene to spark even the congressional black, usually do nothing talkers, to say, hey, you know what? Well, guess we're going to have to finally do something here. This is safe enough. So, needless to say, not just that happened. Because we also understand we are in a different era. It is pull-up season.
These protesters here say they're not going anywhere. They're going to continue discouraging people from going inside the park until they say the parent company SeaWorld does something better.
What am I under arrest for?
You're under arrest.
For what?
For obstructing the highway.
A protest to support these two black kids in this viral video appearing to be ignored by the Sesame Place character escalating to these two arrests.
What are you under arrest for? Y'all
Freedom of speech, First Amendment rights.
These protesters traveling from as far away as D.C. and Atlanta, saying a boycott is the only way Sesame Place will get the message.
Sesame Street, no justice! No peace!
Sesame Place apologizing again today in a statement, saying in part, quote, "What the two young girls experienced, what the family experienced is unacceptable. It happened at our park with our team, and we own that. It is our responsibility to make this better." Adding, they're also instituting mandatory training for all its employees. But these protesters say that's not enough.
People have accounts of this going on for years, dating back 30 plus years ago. So because you're saying that you're going to do this now, we don't want the slap on the hand, the pacification process where you say you're going to do something. We need to see the proof.
This behavior is going to continue because the behavior comes from the top down. It ain't the person that's inside that costume. It's not them that you got to change. You got to change the people that own Sesame Place.
The Brown family, who released the video, partnering with civil rights attorney Ben Crump, holding a press conference in New York City today.
If you don't respect our black children, do not expect our black dollar.
Now, the family's attorney says he's now heard from more than 150 families who allege they've experienced similar behavior from other characters in the park. And now the family's three main asks are for that Rosita character to first and foremost be fired, are also for all employees in the park to undergo mandatory sensitivity and bias training. And their final ask is just for everyone to boycott the park until things are resolved. Lavin Langhorn, Karen Hua, NBC 10 News.
Bias training. And in the meantime,
the answer is not to defund the police, it's to fund the police. Fund them. Fund them.
I'm not always going to only talk about what we can do for black people.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people.
And we forget that it's okay to take the cape off.
yeah, Democrats, that's why you're losing. That's exactly why you're losing right there. You are not going to sit up there and use us as your mules. No more. All that overt disrespect and then turn around. Yeah, we got the guy. No. Put something on the table. Stop coming in our circles with empty palms. And, you know, if I was y'all, I would stop giving these irrelevant nobodies any attention until they come to you with respect. But see, right now, See, to even put a Luke in a position to even try to make anybody who's been speaking look bad, nah, he ain't did nothing to deserve that. And a matter of fact, he deserves to get your back, to be quite honest. You can owe me so horny somewhere else and go tell them why you were irrelevant to this crowd. Because that's not what we're here for, dude. Maybe you didn't get the memo. But we are well aware of the situation that we are in. And we are not fooled. So in the midst of all of this going on, see, because see, there's some people that have said their opinions on the sound of Brother Luke in these spaces. And maybe he hasn't heard one of our greats, Brother Anthony Browder. So let's give a refresher for those of y'all who are not new to this broadcast. You have heard this before, but for those of you who are hate watching and sitting there with the pen and pad taking notes, this is for you.
We have to take this thing seriously. We are at war. People destroy us. And the first battlefield in any war takes place in the mind. Whoever controls your perception of self has already won the battle. So we've got to be serious. I also understand that not all of us are prepared to be serious. Not all of us have the mental capabilities of being serious because of all of the things that we've been consuming that have destroyed our brain cells. So that's a reality.
Kind of brings more sense to this. Now, we have those other people that are like, hey, man, if you guys over here with this no vote, you guys is like, man, that's like suicide, man. Well, hey, if like it's you are hearing the call. If we're gonna be uncomfortable, everybody's gonna be uncomfortable. So make sure everybody in the car is safe. I mean, because if you don't, then I mean, hey, man. I don't give a fuck. Even if you think I should, bitch, nigga, I don't give a fuck. We woke up with violence today. We woke up with violence today. Now, with that being said, sometimes our energy doesn't just seep into our own. Sometimes our energy rubs off on the other people. Like this dude who, is just going full blown, I don't give a damn.
Is it safe to say that based off of your comments, you're suggesting that these women at these abortion rallies are ugly and overweight?
Yes.
What do you say to people who think that those comments are offensive?
Be offended.
Mm-hmm.
See the type of world we're moving toward? There's a lot of these cowards that's why you're seeing them come out the woodworks. Hey, man, yeah. Yeah. All of that, let's go and destroy the black family and all of this. Let's target this and let's be cool. And that protection ran right on out the door. And it's just you looking at us. It's just you looking back at us. Yeah, what's going on with that? I mean, man, that's why they are the Democrats are desperate. And don't think that they don't think we don't know. I mean, because again, why wouldn't it? Because right here, live and direct all the time, you are here at the source and the home of the exposing of Joe Biden's subscription to the replacement theory.
This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. Hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
Now they're saying, hey, you guys are talking in a vacuum and psyop, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Well, 75% of Democrats are not looking forward to a Biden 2024 election. But, you know, hey, don't take my word for it.
You're seeing this in your state, in Georgia, in the sense that you have Senator Warnock, who's trying to run for re-election. When he came into office and helped flip the Senate to the Democrats, he was a big buddy of Joe Biden. Now you go down on the battleground states like Georgia, a lot of Democrats are backing off a little bit because they politically think they need distance.
There's quite a bit of distancing from Warnock's campaign from the president.
The answer is not.
Now, they're telling this sister that there's a new crime bill coming. Oh, no. 37, man, with a B. And what you're turning around is telling us that this is better than Trump? This is better than words? Boy, that's like sticks and stones may break my bones, but words, boy, they really hurt me. Jesus. Well, again, people are starting to take notice of the black male presence.
African American males are also another central part of our coalition. And you wait, we're going to get 50% of that vote in 2022. 50%. And once we do that, we have a governing coalition that's right in front of us, right there in front of us, that can govern for 100 years.
Now, this is by no means saying that we are looking to be in league with any particular candidate, but we have been married to the Democrats for far too long without results. And to still start talking that, well, we just got to vote. I mean, because if you don't vote, you don't have no voice and all of this. That line is killing y'all. The only thing that the Republicans have to do right now is just get somebody that's not Trump. I mean, they could have run a chair. They could have run a boot. Not even a pair. They could run a boot or a garbage can lid and beat Joe Biden. As long as it ain't Trump, there is nothing that the Democrats could do to repair this damage that they are continuously creating with them in Black America. You don't get to come back into office after all of your crime bill doings and turn around and say, I got your back, and this is.
The answer is not to defund the police. It's to fund the police.
Fund them. Fund them.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, that's love there, ain't it? So let's hear what Van Jones has to say. Let's take a look at old Van because he's chimed in as well. Because see, if y'all not understanding why all of this is happening, it literally is all of us black folks that say we want tangibles. Like they're literally trying to get a whole voting bloc to just ignore themselves when they're telling them they are not. So this is like, I guess, battle of attrition. But so be it. So be it, brother Afro Elite in the house. I see you, my brother.
For African American voters in particular, there's a special heartbreak because, first of all, the pain is more intense. The rising gas prices, food prices, it's really walloped the black community in a particular way. But the hopes were so much higher. And so you have a community that came out in huge numbers in 2018, huge numbers in 2020, expecting things to get a lot better. And instead, economically at least, it didn't come true. It got worse. And so you're going through a summer now of real heartbreak with black voters. The polls show that. And I think Biden's got to take it very seriously.
How?
Well, a couple of things. First of all, I don't think that they're doing a good job or even trying to communicate some of the stuff that's been done for the black community. For instance, billions of dollars for black colleges. Nobody knows that. The Department of Justice has Kristen Clark in place now. They are actually now going after police departments and fixing police departments in a way that hadn't happened under Trump. They've backed off. The Department of Justice under Trump was charging people way too much criminally. They're backing off of that. You also have more black women put on the federal courts of appeals than have ever been done by any president. Even though it's had 8 years, he's done it in less than 2. He's doing stuff they're not communicating. I think if I were the Democratic Party right now, the black community is a firewall. They need to be spending a lot of money on black radio, a lot of money in black media to just point out the fact that Joe Biden is there for the black community and is doing stuff. Right now, that particular pain is not being addressed aggressively enough.
AKA sarcastic definition of a docile Negro. Absolutely. And again, they need to spend money. $25 million lawsuit filed over Sesame Place. Oh, okay. That's what's going on. $25 million. Get y'all money. Get y'all money. Real. Let me see here. Next. Again, just tell us what you got for us. Don't tell us how good somebody's done. How dare you? Hey, Asians, why don't we just tell you how good we've been to you? Matter of fact, family, let's take a look at how good these people have been to us. Because here's something all of a sudden they are looking to bring out this week. And the story they ran this week, which they were probably holding on to for the past 2 years or so, but they couldn't because, it probably would have been hit with misinformation. So they figured, oh, well, we already got everybody halfway dead, so let's check this out.
And in the study was someone's son.
He had picked up reports of some study that was going on in Alabama that was being done on poor black farmers there. The person he reported to said, "This really isn't part of your job. Don't worry about it. It's none of your business." I could not believe that an agency of the federal government, as much of a mistake as it was initially, could let this continue for 40 years.
Did she just call that a mistake? Did I just hear her call that a mistake? No, the devil don't make mistakes. The devil's always very intentional. Did she just call that a mistake? Wow. Okay. All righty. All right.
He said, well, there was a nurse that came around and she was taking blood from men. They told all of the men that they had bad blood, that they would be treated for their bad blood.
It just made me furious. None of the morality was ever questioned.
The men.
Wait, say what now? Morality? Out of who? No. We're talking about Satan. There's no morality there. No. Stop it. Morality. If you don't get up out of here.
Were angry at first, in disbelief. There was trauma and there was shame.
We can stop turning our heads away. We can look at you in the eye and finally say, on behalf of the American people, what the United States government did was shameful, and I am sorry.
Some people believe that the men were injected with syphilis.
We can't forget what happened to Tuskegee, and in one way, COVID helped keep the lessons of Tuskegee alive.
Only lesson I understand from Tuskegee is to stay away from these damn devils. I mean, what are we talking about here, Tuskegee? Well, we need to. No, we need to stay away from y'all. Doesn't that sound about right? Okay. Bear with me 1 second here. Just making sure I got something else here.
What we don't know is how many of their wives they infected, how many of their children caught it in the womb, how many of them died, how many people got terribly, terribly ill.
That narrative is the men were sharecroppers, they were poor, they were uneducated, and they didn't care much about their health. And that's not true. They were survivors. I asked my father, how did he feel about being in that study? And my father looked at me very calmly and in control and said, baby, I cannot do anything about what has happened to me and all of those other men who were in the study. But it's up to you all to make sure that nothing like this happens again.
And then all of y'all turned around and told everybody to go get their jabs. I mean, literally. How the hell does that make any damn sense? I mean, damn. Get this jab. Absolute madness, man. Madness. I have an issue with Chrome on one of these devices. Well, let's keep on rolling. Let's keep on rolling. So again, also let me play this real quick because this is something else that Sister Jade had posted, and I want to take note to this because it is pretty interesting that they're talking about like this voter suppression talk. Like no one is suppressing votes. What we are saying is we are having a vote boycott. Very much different than a suppression of votes. Now, see, here's the point. To say that we are sitting out, no, what we are telling you is we are boycotting your vote. How do boycotts get rectified? You negotiate. You don't just sit up here and say we ain't gonna give y'all nothing at suicide. No, no, no. Well then let's see. Because if y'all comfortable and we're uncomfortable, that ain't okay. So if we're gonna be uncomfortable, so will you. I mean, we're already uncomfortable. So what do we have to do? It seems like the only one complaining and the only ones coming out of the woodwork are the ones who have been living comfortable all of this time while everyone in the hood has been floundering. Luke and all of you other ones, you're not stopping violence in your own neighborhoods. Why you got your mouth on everyone else's now? You're not an American. We don't owe you anything. What part of what we have here do you have any stake in, sir? How does that make sense? But, because us being the typically nice folks we are, we unfortunately let some of the wrong elements around presence, which in my estimation never should be around in our presence. Because again, you guys are a detriment. Let me see if I can get this in. Bear with me 1 second. Because there's something else that just recently happened. There we go. There's something else that just recently happened. So these people, remember, in New York, there was they did the nuclear preparedness, disaster preparedness thing. Check this out.
30 with Philadelphia first responders preparing for every single possibility.
Oh, I don't know why it's not playing. Let me see. Maybe they don't want
30
me to
with
play
Philadelphia
this.
first responders preparing for every single possibility.
Huh. Well, I guess so. I guess so. That's interesting. Well, as you can see in Philly, you heard enough though. They did a dry run, a drill in Philly for every scenario. Every scenario? What does that mean? You know what I mean? Let me see. Matter of fact, I'm going to play this. And listen to Kamala. Because, see, this is another reason, if you're noticing the traffic in our circles from a lot of the Democratic naysayers.
Some of the best work that has happened in the ongoing movements for justice, for freedom, for liberty, led by the Urban League, have been fueled by what we all know we do so well when we do it, which is coalition building. So let's think about it. I asked my team to do a Venn diagram of where these attacks are happening. So voting rights, women's reproductive rights, LGBTQ rights. And of course, there was a huge intersection. But the other point is this: let's bring together the folks that have been fighting for voting rights with the folks same-sex marriage, fighting for reproductive rights. Let's bring folks together, seeing how much we have in common to fuel this movement, because right now there is a full-on attack on freedom and liberty.
See, what they're doing is calling staking your claim or making your political demands a attack. And listen to the words they keep using. For a group to say, hey, our group wants this as a nationality, as a lineage, just like if, like you said, African American, who's the leader of African American? Who's the leader of the Chinese in America? Who's the leader of the Chinese American coalition, or whoever they are? The Korean, Vietnamese, Laotians, Somalis, the Nigerians, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Peruvians. Who are the leaders of these individual American groups? I'll tell you, white supremacy. So when we're doing something for foundational Black Americans, it automatically seems to set off the alarm in the white supremacist and suspected white supremacist mind. So that's why I'm saying, again, we have to pay attention to what we're up against and call these individuals out when we see them, just like everybody is calling Lucas Shield, rightfully so, because clearly he's been sent, because he doesn't even have the right verbiage or the understanding and the history underneath it to even speak it. That's why it sounds crazy every time he opens his mouth. And then all he does is try to go besmirch other people while he's the one sounding like the idiot. That's what's so crazy. It's like, dude, you're the one that sounds like something's wrong. Not everybody else. Oh, man, it's you. Bro. Yeah, so, again, though, like what these people like to do, it's a threat on our democracy, a threat, this, because threat. And then crime, 37 billions for crime. And then we're going to have to do something in New York about crime, and we're going to have to do something here in Oregon and Portland about crime while we have sitting bills. Now, they just charged two teenage girls with a hate crime, anti-white hate crime. But they just let this whole white boy go out here on an Asian hate crime because they said that there was nobody to prosecute him or something. Something. Okay. So also, let's just keep in mind all of these individuals who are getting slaps on the wrist while Black people are getting gunned down every damn day. It's almost every day that an anti-Black assault is happening. And then us as Black Americans, right when what Joe Biden is sitting up there and making all of these anti-Black decisions, these people were right here protesting. And right now they're very silent because they're happy, because guess what? Joe Biden still, as he was telling Black folks, I got your back, he must have got word to the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers and all the other white nationalist groups. I got your back. Because all of these people, with the exception of this weirdo Negro, who's gotten the most time, of course. You can't make this up. How stupid are you for being there? Anyway, he just got more time than anybody. Black Alpha Network in the house. I see you, my brother. Black first. So we'll just never forget. Look at this.
Where in a few minutes, a rioter will be shot and killed. Part of the mob outside now peels off in that direction to find a different way in.
No, people are running that way.
Ashley Babbitt, an Air Force veteran and QAnon supporter, is among the first to arrive at the rear of the house. They see the lawmakers escaping. That lobby might have been clear had the house been evacuated sooner. But the rioters now become incensed. Zachary Allen, a Trump supporter from Pennsylvania, punches in the glass panels with his bare fists. Police are stretched extremely thin. Just 3 officers and a security staffer stand guard. None are wearing riot gear, and they keep their weapons holstered. When a team of heavily armed police now arrives, the 3 officers step aside. This creates a crucial gap that allows rioters to smash in the glass. A warning, what happens next is graphic. It's 2:44 p.m. and behind the door, a police officer draws his handgun.
There's a gun! There's a gun! Hey, he's got a gun!
Babbitt vaults into the window, and the officer shoots her once. It's a fatal wound through the upper chest. Inside the chamber, the floor is clear, but lawmakers in the balcony are sheltering in place.
Everybody stay down! Get down!
Yeah. The fuck?
Take your pins off!
Pins off!
They now remove the breast pins that identify them as members of Congress. A group of rioters who almost made it to the balcony are held at gunpoint as it's finally evacuated. Now,
And with that being said, let's just make sure that we give credit where credit is due and give a big round of applause and a shout out for the hero of that day who foiled the crime. He stopped the violent, radicalized terrorist. And as some people know, they tried to have some kind of justice for Ashley Babbitt. And the justice here would be that she got it because she should have complied, because she was being a terrorist, gang member, and assaulting the Capitol in such a dangerous manner. And then she was neutralized by this great American hero right here.
Yo, Joe! He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I. Joe is there. It's G.I. Joe against Cobra, the enemy, fighting to save the day. He never gives up. He's always there, fighting for freedom over land and air. G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I. Joe is there.
G.I. Joe is the code name for America's daring, highly trained Special Mission Force. Its purpose, to defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
He never gives up. He'll stay till the fight's won. G.I. Joe will dare. G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe.
Shout out to Big Tigger. Oh, yeah, got this little weird ass up about to play real quick. Early. Oh man, they tried to wheel out Big Tigger, didn't they?
Day tree nigger.
Man, Lord. Now, hopefully this video will play. Let me see if this will play.
30 with Philadelphia first responders preparing for every single possibility.
Nope. No. But nonetheless, yeah, they running drills out there, family. So be mindful. Be mindful. You know what? What you need to do is, and see, here's another reason why, ladies, you always make sure that you practice your Second Amendment situation with the power tool. Get familiar with your situation. If you need to get some hand-to-hand training, and take care of that. And you're never too old, fellas, to keep sharp and make sure that them hands will line up where them eyes is and whatnot. But check out this old man right here. See, there's a reason why foundational Black Americans and the melanated diaspora abroad, with the exception of some of the long distance runners, ain't nobody. You ain't putting hands on nothing. You might put some feet to something, but you ain't gonna put no hands to nothing. But check out this brother right here. One might run up on that old man and be like, "Oh, I didn't know." Oh, dude, eat your ass. I didn't know. You know what? I'm gonna put that. Hold on. So, okay. Before I get to the preacher. Let's hit a few things real quick. So I just want to go through these other quick little stories real briefly. Because again, like I said, there were so many stories that I'm like, dang, I need to do, but I will not be able to fit them into these two shows. So I'm gonna be uploading multiple videos during the weekend. They'll be airing during the weekend, but you know how that goes. So just keep a lookout for the announcements for those. Here's another thing that happened this week, though. This is the Harvard Medical, I believe. One of these medical proceedings. There was a anti-abortionist who was speaking, and the a pro-abortion protest, these doctors at graduation decided to walk out. Now, the thing that struck me is you're a doctor taking a Hippocratic oath. This agenda thing is probably something that you should find yourself removed away from. Now, we understand people are people, but just keep in mind, these are your future physicians with agendas, which we already heard in my last broadcast, especially when it came down to black babies. 3, 2, 1. So keep in mind.
Good afternoon. I'm quite honored to have been White Coat ceremony speaker. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to everyone who is joining us for this special day. Especially
Those are your future doctors, ladies and gentlemen, people with agendas. Now, they call black issues like when Star Wars. You always know when these, and be mindful that even white folks know when a person is a immigrant or a foundational black American, because they were in love with Cynthia Erivo, no problem. But as soon as you had that Moses sister on Star Wars, oh, beef. Now they got this whole other thing going with she about to have a whole Iron Man series. No problem. She's Nigerian, I believe, or some kind of Caribbean. See, she's not a foundational black American. So they ain't got nothing to say about that. That's how I knew the Moses sisters. Like, oh, she must be foundational black American. So white people even know. So when you have people like Luke coming around on this, oh man, it's not all black. Shut up. Them white folks know that. Stop bringing that crap to people. We know better over here. And maybe it is that you're trying to make your voice so loud that no one will figure that out. But, no, you're in the company that is well aware of the truth. That's him. Like I said, the Democrat right now, the whole pitch to get black folks to vote for the Democrats is this. When all else fails, lie. Now, with that being said, here's something else to make sure to take note of. Because, see, this woman also said something. She said something about gun rights. And this is the lady that was in Afro Elite Space earlier. She said this about gun rights. Well, I'm about gun reform and all of this. Note, this woman didn't say nothing about anything monetary or economic. She didn't mention anything about justice. She didn't mention anything about safety or health. She went to guns. Guns are not the biggest concern in the black community. It is the police with badges, with guns, those race soldiers acting as police, those people who will shoot at an unarmed individual 90 times. But she couldn't seem to understand to bring that one up to the surface, the them stop killing us part. And then she'll kind of get, well, the Democrats ain't done nothing either, but see, again, it's not one or the other. What I'm trying to say is, look, like the Michael Jackson song go, look in the man in the mirror, look at the woman in the mirror, look at whatever you call yourself or identify yourself as in the mirror. And if you see the same bloodline looking back at you, then understand that is where the agenda begins. Not on the left, not on the right, but it begins with the person who is in the mirror. If you are willing to sell your future out after that, then you have become a detriment. But in the meantime, while you're worried about gun rights, look what you've actually been able to do for the warmongers' friends by creating the scare. Let's see what you've accomplished in the last year. You got Teva, if you didn't know, was in a lawsuit, but, well, you guys just made their money back. So Teva now gets a chance to make all the money back that they have to pay out of their lawsuit by way of Pfizer. So all the businesses that they own, that they're getting sued of, a couple of their businesses, two different ones, AstraZeneca and Pfizer are both makers of that venom. Two different brands, one major company. If you followed these, if you started from my first weekly wrap up, you would know who Teva is. That's when I first started getting into that and telling y'all who Teva is and telling you all these different companies and conglomerates and foundations that pay and who they're tied to. So those receipts are here within the beatzillapdx official show. With that being said, amazingly enough, in the midst of all of these 20-year-old school shooters and mass killers, these suspected white supremacists and confirmed white supremacists, young white male shooters, killers, indiscriminate murderers, these sadistic psychopaths actually have spiked something in American society.
To the top executives of major gun manufacturers in the hot seat this morning on Capitol Hill, facing tough questions about how they market their weapons. Our senior national correspondent Terry Moran has the latest for us. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning, Robin. This morning, the CEOs of Daniel Defense and Sturm Ruger, those are two major manufacturers of those AR-15 style rifles. They will get grilled by the House Oversight Committee. This is all part of the Democrats' effort to find some way of stemming the bloody tide of mass shootings in America. A Daniel Defense rifle was used in the Uvalde school massacre, and a Sturm Ruger weapon was used in the shooting at a church in Sutherland Spring, Texas in 2017. The committee wants to know, as you say, how these weapons are being marketed and how much money these companies are making off of them. Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney, who's the chair of the House Oversight Committee, accusing the gun manufacturers in a letter of, quote, continuing to profit from the sale of weapons of war to civilians. But the companies say they are making lawful weapons in a lawful and responsible manner, and they say they are not to blame for the actions of individuals or the failure of gun laws. The Democrats are seeking to pass an assault weapons ban in the House, but that is almost certainly doomed in the Senate. Robin?
Many will be watching to see what happens today. All right, Terry, thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, there is that. But on the other side, see, again, for those of you who are watching this say, well, you guys are totally about the Republicans. You just hate Democrats. No, we love black people. We are about foundational black Americans' agenda. First, foremost, and last. So, with that being said, we also are aware of the right-wing supremacists and dog whistles. And here's the point. I'm seeing relative actions from both sides. The only thing that's different is the messenger and the color of the message.
Difference is I believe in accountability, and I believe in not just saying something but following through on it. And I believe that Republicans need to prove to the American people that we are the party of American nationalism and Christian nationalism. I'm a Christian. I have no problem saying I'm a Christian nationalist. And I think that's an identity that we need to embrace, because those are the policies that serve every single American, regardless of how they vote. They could be a Democrat and a progressive, but Christian nationalist or American nationalist, America First policies still serve those people because they're the right policies for everyone.
And see, this is why that whole lesser of two evils line don't work with us no more. We understand who the devil is. We can see him on both sides, clear as day. That is nothing but dog with American Christian. That means white. So again, what's the difference? What is the difference?
This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European.
I'm not always going to only talk about what we can do for black people.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people.
Well, see how that'll work out. And then again, you know, remember, black people, I got your.
The answer is not to defund the police. It's to fund the police. Fund them. Fund them.
But there's more.
Oh, you guys don't think it's a bad word either. As a matter of fact, it's not a bad word, because if you're a nationalist, that means you care about your country. But the NDAA was to support other things. One of them is a war in Ukraine, and I don't think anybody's interested in fighting nuclear Russia. Are you guys interested in that? No, we don't want to do that. What about mandatory vaccine shots for the military? What about firing Dr. Anthony Fauci? Oh, you are my people. This is awesome. Okay, well, what do you guys think about Hunter Biden? I mean, I'm not talking about the beautiful videos he makes. Yeah, he's quite the Hollywood actor or something like that. But yeah, he should be locked up. What do you guys think?
So let me tell you something. This is white people problems. Stop bringing your issues to us unless you want to do business with us. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, we are in the business of empowerment, and Uncle Luke is in the business of biscuits. So when y'all talking about, well, man, if we gonna lose, man, y'all don't know over here, man, the Republicans is just gonna win everything if we don't do nothing. I don't give a fuck. Even if you think I should, bitch, bigger. I don't give a fuck. Bottom line, and at the end of the day, if y'all can't understand, it is no tangibles, no vote. Well, then, hey, I don't know what to tell you.
The controversial Reverend Jeremiah Wright.
I say, America, America's mother, America's daddy, America can eat a dick, America can lick the balls.
And they can pay reparations right now. That's what they can do. Can you dig it? So, one more quick story before we hit this break, and I hit these last two topics. We might open the phones up tonight. Get it! Get reparations, get it! Ah, Lord. Vote for the Democrats, Oh, man, stay out of this lane, fam. It is not for the new. Because, see, here's one thing. You acting like me so horny is something over here this lane. That ain't empowerment. You a baby over here, dude. Don't nobody know you. Slow down. People's grandchildren don't know you. How old your shit is. So what are we talking? Said, where is Silent D Productions? I don't know. Where is Silent D? This other thing might be he might be on the plantation. You never know. So, family, this other thing that just happened. See, all of these instances of white violence, white Hispanic, anti-black aggression. You know, these type of things are taking place. Hip hop music, right? But check this out. So this, you know, I don't know if y'all seen. I will be doing. So watch out for my video on the Dallas. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me show you this. So I'll show you right now. Be on the lookout for a couple of these videos. So you already seen this one. You already saw that. Of course, y'all look out. Keep be on the lookout for this. Also, this broadcast will be coming at you soon. Then, of course, we got to hit this, which is the story down there in North Carolina. But we also have to make sure we hit Dallas. So we will be hitting these. So just be on the lookout for these videos, these uploads, because they will be up between tomorrow and Sunday. So they will be spread out, of course. So just be on the lookout for that. But with that being said, also staying in the state of Texas, check this out. I'll back that up a bit.
Oh shit! Oh my god! What the fuck?
All right.
Higher incident was recorded by a witness.
2 people were arrested after police say they shot at a car with a father and his 2-year-old child inside. Stephanie Whitfield is live outside the DC court where those suspects faced a judge this morning. Stephanie.
Good morning. Yeah, the pair appeared before a magistrate judge just before 5 o'clock this morning. The court found there was enough evidence to charge the couple, and their bond will be set during their next appearance in criminal court. Now let's get right to some new video from this morning. Nazli Ortiz is charged with aggravated assault for her role in the road rage shooting. We're told her fiance, Benjamin Green, is charged with assault. Both have been living in Houston for 2 years, according to their attorney. Deputies say the road rage incident started on the North Freeway between two vehicles yesterday, and it spilled over onto the feeder road where a witness caught the shooting on camera. Take a look.
Oh,
The man and woman you see in the video are Green and Ortiz. The woman, Ortiz, is the one who allegedly fired the gun. It happened yesterday afternoon off I-45 in 1960 between that truck and the silver Camry in the video. We're told the truck's driver followed the Camry off the highway and both drivers stopped. Then we're told Green got out and assaulted the driver of the Camry, who had a 2-year-old in the back seat. When that driver took off, the woman fired into the car. One shot grazed the driver, a second hit a car dealership. Luckily, the man in the Camry is expected to be okay. Now again, Nazli and Green just had their first appearance before a judge. Their attorney says the couple run a cleaning business together, and Green is a disabled Navy veteran. Back to you.
Stephanie Whitfield live for us this morning. Thank you.
So I guess having a cleaning business and being a disabled veteran makes a racial shooting okay. You know, road rage, ain't there laws about road rage as well? I could have sworn there were road rage laws. I mean, maybe I'm confused. Could have sworn there were. Maybe I missed that. Who knows? I didn't think I did, but you know. So, Lord. So we have came to that nice part of the broadcast. Taco criminals. Yes, we will be hitting that. We will be hitting that this week with the Taco Bell thing. Because, yeah, the interesting thing about that Taco Bell story is the part that a lot of the suspected white supremacists out there do not want to mention is that Taco Bell worker actually threatened the 16-year-old to fight her. Said she'll F her up. So, yeah, 20, I'm not sure that. I think they got hit with $1 million. And then SeaWorld is getting, which is for Sesame Place, is getting hit with $25 million for the racial discrimination that people are no longer standing for, which is good. I'm glad. So, that being said, let's get brighten this up again. Okay. It's so hot out here right now. We finally hit a heat wave, so y'all hear the fans and the air conditioning and all that. So I had the lights low, but it's starting to darken up out here. So with that being said, we are going to take a quick break, and then we are going to come back. We're going to be talking about the main topic, but we also have to talk about this cat. We also got to talk about this cat. Oh, man. Oh, man. I mean, I'm just taking a look at this dude like, wait. Okay. Well, yeah, I'll be giving my take on this, and then we'll get into the Byron Allen piece and see where we are, Oh, but a quick added bonus.
Ow! Bitch, don't you never your motherfucking life, ho! Put your hands on me! Don't never put your hands on me! On my motherfucking mama, you got me fucked up! Don't you never, ho! Fuck wrong with you? Give me all these motherfucking bucks! Touch me, ho! Wait! I'll beat your ass like you stole something, bitch! Put your hands on me, ho! You got me fucked up! You got me fucked up on this bus! You don't know me like that! Don't put your hands on me, ho! Fuck your mouth, bitch! Bleed out! Die, ho! Fuck wrong!
And see, this is why they need to get our generation, because see, them is our kids. Them is our kids and grandkids. So it's a different situation out here. You're gonna have to bring some tangibles. You ain't gonna just bring nothing. And you ain't just gonna be telling them like this ain't the church crowd. The church crowd has lost its effect. And I guess we will be getting to that. And again, hey man, we're going to discuss this when we come back. But in the meantime, as we do here, starting this new tradition right now, we will. I'm thinking of something new to replace it. But until I do, we are at Wednesday once again, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all know how we do here at the beatzillapdx official show. Y'all can go ahead and put that in the chat, because once again, it is hashtag WWWW.
Oh yeah!
That's what you say when you see your devil down.
Oh yeah!
That's what you say when you take the devil's crown.
Oh yeah!
Stay alive, all things will change around.
Oh yeah!
What?
Oh yeah!
So here I go, kicking science in 95, I'll be illin'. Parental discretion is advised still. Don't call me nigga, this MC goes for his. Call me God, cause that's what the black man is. Roaming through the forest as the hardest lyrical artist. Black woman, you are not a bitch, you're a goddess. Let it be known, you can lean on KRS-One like a wall, cause I'm hard, I represent God. Whack MCs have one style, gun buck. But when you say, let's buck for revolution, hey, shut the fuck up, can't get with it. Down to start a riot in a minute. You hear so many, bow, you think I'm rich. While other MCs are talking about up with hope, down with dope. I'll have a devil in my infrared scope. Boy, that's for calling my father a boy. Yeah, that's for putting scars on my mother's back. Bow, that's for calling my sister a hoe. And for you, fuck, cause I don't give a motherfuck. Remember the whip, remember the chant, remember the rope, and you black people still thinking about voting? Every president we ever had lied. You know I'm kinda glad Nixon died. Oh yeah, that's what you say when you see a devil dead. Oh yeah, that's what you say when you take the devil's crown. Oh yeah, stay alive, all things will change around. Oh yeah, what? Oh yeah. This is not the first time I came to the planet, but every time I come, only a few could understand it. I came as ISIS, my words they tried to ban it. I came as Moses, they couldn't follow my commandments. I came as Solomon, to a people that was lost. I came as Jesus, but they nailed me to a cross. I came as Harriet Tubman, I put the truth to sojourner. Other times, I had to come as Nat Turner. They tried to burn me, lynch me, and starve me, so I had to come back as Marcus Garvey. Bob Marley, they tried to harm me. I used to be Malcolm X. Now I'm on the planet as the one called KRS. Kicking the metaphysical, spiritual, trying to like get with you, showing you were invincible. The Black Panther is the black answer for real. In my spiritual form, I turn into Bobby Seale. On the wheels of steel, my spirit flies away and enters into Kwame Ture. Oh, yeah. That's what you say when you see a devil down. Oh, yeah. That's what you say when you take the devil's crown. Oh, yeah. Stay alive, all things will change around. Oh, yeah. What? Oh, yeah. In the streets there is no EQ, no dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo, so I grab the air and speak through the code. The devil cannot see through as I unload into another cerebellum. Then I can tell him, because my vibes go through denim and leather, whatever. However, I'm still rocking. We used to pick cotton, now we pick up cotton when we shopping. Have you forgotten why we building in a cipher? You hear me, kid? Government is building in a pyramid. The son of God is brighter than the son of man. The spirit is. Check your dollar bill, G. There it is. We got no time for fancy mathematics. Your mental frequency frequently picking up static, making you a naked body addict. And it's democratic. They press auto, and you kill it with an automatic. Oh, yeah. That's what you say when you see a devil dead. Oh, yeah. That's what you say when you take the devil's crown. Oh, yeah. Stay alive, all things will change around. Oh, yeah. What? Oh, yeah.
All right. We are back. And let me get this here. So, the pastor out here in New York, the super floss tight, floss right, Pastor Do Good to his bank account. You know, there's been a collage of videos and pictures to surface. One leads me to believe that this brother actually probably isn't foundational Black American anyway. But for those of y'all who haven't heard or seen the story because you've been under a rock, there was a pastor that is known as being the flashy preacher that was I guess this past Sunday in this live stream, part of a stage robbery. I mean, part of a robbery, and of about $500,000 in jewelry. They hit his wife in the front row, knew who she was, and didn't hit anybody else in the church and was able to run out. And luckily, all is well because at the end of the day, the jewelry is insured, and there should be no problems with that because everything was caught live on live stream. So you've seen a robbery take place in front of your face, so should be no hindrance on the payout of the insurance claim. Just saying. So
to go through. Yo. All right. Yo, all right. Nobody move.
Come on, hustle.
Sometimes you see a lot of things that don't sound right. I'm not trying to knock anybody's hustle, so I won't say too much, but that's an awful calm robbery. Not to say, things happen in different ways. Things people, oh man, it happened so fast, it was hectic. That seemed like a very laid back robbery. Maybe I'm tripping. Seemed like a, yeah, they don't want my stuff, man. Well, there's been some things said about this individual pastor that, I guess he spent some time away, fraud, identity theft. I just couldn't help but notice this. Wow. Well, that's a going theme of that. Like this sister here.
So, whenever you're putting in your application, you have to, exaggerate the numbers a little bit. So what you're going to do is you're going to put that you at least make at least $65K or more when they...
And then there's also this type of preaching.
Mama, you ain't going to keep this shit together with Gator gone. Come here, you little black bitch.
So, with that being said, there's this little clip reel of this cat. Family. No word.
Y'all, we back. Bishop Whitehead. Y'all see Whitehead Estates. Listen, I'm telling y'all, join my real estate class. It's starting February the 5th. I'm going to show you how to buy and flip, how to buy complexes, apartment complexes, renovating, and first and foremost, understand that God did it, not me. What's up, y'all? This is Bishop Lamar Miller Whitehead, man. Y'all come out to vote. Early voting has just started. You gotta get this. Repeat after me. I will not lose. Bishop, Apostle, you are not ready. God bless you. God bless you. This is
Let me just play that. I mean, good grief. Good grief.
Y'all, we back. Bishop Whitehead. Y'all see Whitehead Estates. Listen, I'm telling y'all, join my real estate class. It's starting February the 5th. I'm going to show you how to buy and flip, how to buy complexes, apartment complexes, renovating, and first and foremost, understand that God did it, not me.
Wow. Okay. Now, for those of y'all who are subscribed to me and subscribed to Queen Amatai Shakur, does this sound familiar? Fresh out of prison, a preacher, religious move, selling classes on how to flip real estate. Damn. I mean, look at the Rolls Royce. And it just makes me think, of women can put hands on parts of their bodies, conjure up treasures like a Rolls Royce. Kind of sounds like the familiar law of power now, doesn't it? Yeah, it wasn't me. God did it. Oh, okay. The religion has, you guys are watching it over and over and over again. Don't let one person say that they ain't part of that same kind. You watching everybody else do the same thing. How are you different? See, this is beyond a receipt. This is a receipt of comparison. This goes far beyond what someone can say was in your past. This says what you will defend to this day. See, when you're doing stuff like this and still being grimy, people can now just look at you. See, it's easier for a man to be called out for the griminess. Here's something I need y'all to understand. This type of grimy comes in both sexes. The only difference is batting eyelashes, flanging hair, and raising voices from sweet to sassy. It's a skill. It is a skill. But I mean, also spotting that is a skill. Protecting my people from such predators like this is a passion. And this type of individual right here is a absolute predator. They went to prison to learn how to become a better, successful crook. And we've already seen that happen from someone else. And when you could say, hey, all of my people in my chat right now, everybody watching me and everybody watching the replay, I'm going to have a class next week. I'm going to do a webinar. And I need y'all to register right now for this secret webinar that I guarantee you will change your life. It'll cost $275. No, make that $276.76. And then the class will start promptly at 1:44 p.m. and where you might actually be 4:44 p.m. That is the extra magical time. See, so you absolutely, if you are in that time zone, you cannot miss this special secret webinar that will change your life. Woo! Lord. It's exciting. I feel so bad for people, man. It's like, and when I was younger in my teenage days, they thought I was going to be, you'll be the youngest bishop. I have no desire to go in that direction. My communication skills is not for that. It didn't take me long to figure that one out. No, this ain't for me. No. Again, you got to have you got to be a really low vibrational individual to feel comfortable doing that. Like, I would much rather you just get the genuine me versus me selling you just some absolute bull. You understand what I'm saying? And not only that, though, if it's really real, I should be giving it to you for free. But this right here, when you start seeing the big Rolls Royce grills and then they all overdressed, not only that, though, you see this guy, he's in all these designers of like these white designers. My thing is this, especially out of East Coast cats. Like, y'all go straight to the white man as soon as y'all get some paper. Nobody goes to a tailor. Like, I get some money, I'm hitting up the first black bespoke I can. Y'all going over here like, let me go get some Fendi. Man, you better see the other stuff they got that don't have a bunch of labels on it. Y'all look crazy. I mean, that was cool. Like, it's almost like y'all trying to relive 1984 because you didn't have money then. man, I remember when that first Dapper Dan came out. Yeah, but it's 2022. You got on a whole Fendi suit, a whole Louis Vuitton suit, and you think you styling. Jeez. Nah, no. You know what you might as well be doing? You might as well be dressing like Luther on tour. Y'all be thinking y'all be out of style. I paid $5,000 for it. That looks like a Luther stage tour jacket. I mean, hey man, that's what you do. That should get down and that should get down, brother. But I'm just saying. A chair is not a chair. Oh man, oh Lordy me. Let me finish this madness.
What's up, y'all? This is Bishop Lamar Miller Whitehead, man. Y'all come out to vote. Early voting has just started.
Voting. So they got him out there pushing voting.
Please gotta get this. Repeat after me. I will not lose.
Bishop, Apostle,
you are not ready.
I'm a hustler, baby.
God bless you, God.
I just want you to know. I mean, just think of where the song is going. If y'all in this nigga's church, y'all need to be slapped. Oh man, get the hell away from this dude fast, man. He leading you straight to hell, man. Oh my God. This dude is not any more spiritual than a rock. Okay? He is a stone. He's telling you he a hustler. Listen to me. I will not lose. And y'all just following this dude. Oh my Lord. He's taking you all the way back to like Benny Hinn, man. He gonna be Peter Popoff. Look at this jacket. He looks like he about to be like the fourth member of TGT. I mean, I used to see what Jagged is, man, but man, they was tripping. This type of thing has got to stop. We have got to stop validating madness like this, man. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is a bona fide hustler in front of your face. There should be no mistake when you go into a little church in Brooklyn when this dude pulling up in a brand new Phantom and dripped out in $500,000 worth of jewels, and y'all really sitting up there like, oh man, you know, this dude really cared. Y'all paying 10% at that church? Y'all give that Negro 10%? No wonder y'all still voting for Joe Biden. Yeah, I know y'all ain't got that venom. Yeah, no wonder y'all voting for Joe Biden. That's your pastor? Yeah, no wonder you're voting for Joe Biden. That's your spiritual moral leader. And now you see how many of these people came over here looking for something serious when their churches got closed because of that COVID. So, you know, some people had to, they were able to benefit, but maybe they weren't ready for the growth. Oh, and somebody just recently found me that the other person on that panel was, I believe it was Jackson Reed with Jason Black. And I mean, I'm telling you, man, sometimes when you have to fly off the cuff is when you see the reality of an individual. Um, because, you have, like, everything else is scripted. Okay, well, we're just going to line this up. We're going to just set this up. And that's how some, I understand, networks will do. However, that's kind of the old way of doing things, and that's why it's referred to now as the dead black media or the old black media. That being said, we are the new black media. Not only that, but what some people are trying to make a group, we are just simply a movement of a lineage. So that just means all these people of one lineage with one simple idea, the code, staying on code, making sure that we stay empowered as a group. Everybody else does that. That doesn't make them some organization. In the midst of them being a lineage, because white people are a lineage, you have multiple groups within white culture, or lack of. But you in that alone, you have different subgroups that will actually legitimately call themselves an organization, legitimately call themselves a group, call themselves a lobbyist or whatnot. What we are is a lineage. Now, if there is a group that forms within the lineage, that doesn't make the whole lineage that group, just like anyone else. But we have to be mindful of how Satan works and how its minions operate, such as Luther Campbell and the other coon Stephen that be down there with them, and then this newfound shield Nikki that they are getting to waste time down there in Florida for governor. That ain't going to happen. I mean, and then on top of that, looking at where the demographics of that whole area, all the politicians down there are immigrants. So it's really interesting how Florida's trying to find themselves working their way into such a conversation. Now, you have people in Florida that are foundational black Americans, of course, but you do also have a lot of people who are not. And for like Luke, he asked this one sister I heard talking about the West Coast, because she's from LA. She's from she has Jamaican in her family, but even her Jamaican relative, her Jamaican grandmother, I guess, actually was still a slave. So came here from Jamaica to be a slave, which that's not unheard of, because that was something that was a thing. Not that they were coming here to be a slave, but some of them were leasing slaves or selling slaves between, for the people who have money like that, or you were losing money and had to sell off your slaves. So again, you got a slave discount coming from the Caribbean, coming up north. Send them up north. So I mean, but that's how the system of slavery was running at the time. There's a whole lot that goes into that. Whole lot to go with it. But what dude, she was telling him, we don't have no like Jamaican pockets out here. It's all it's everybody. So there is no like this section, this section. There ain't no real big segregation population out here, except for like the African immigrants, the Asian immigrants, and the Latino, like crossing the border immigrants. Because then you have the like Mexican Americans that are like in California, but then up here you got like the people who just came over the damn border yesterday, and they get apartment complexes, neighborhoods, housing, schooling. Then they'll be also there for all the food boxes for all the different charities. Oh, they make sure to make sure they get. See, when all that hard work they're talking about, they actually make it seem like they don't take advantage of all of these free programs. Yeah, y'all can't come out here and tell me, because there was one space I was in, and this cat tried to. I am in the Northwest, and I experienced this, and I had these coworkers. I had to come on there straight, call them on the carpet. You're lying. Well, no, it hasn't really happened, but I mean, so y'all got to be. That's what I'm saying. Like at this time, we need to start just tighten up the ranks. We don't need to give these type of people conversation. We know what they are. You see a Negro walking into a church with a Louis Vuitton suit on, you better be walking out. Like, that's your preacher? Oh, well, yeah, he believes in being prosperous. And that makes sense to you? Well, yeah, he a man of the Lord. You paying 10% of tithes over here, huh? While his watch costs more than your house. Yeah, okay. I'm out. And you know, with a person like that, for me, like, gee, you too stupid to be around me, nigga. I don't keep, I'm telling you, I will not do that. You will not be up on the bed. Because, I mean, when you have people like that like to get stuff going and get stupid, different, random things going, and they'll be like, hey, man, you know, man, don't mess with me, man. I mean, my homie over here. No. Don't put me in nobody's mess. I mean, I had to tell somebody that when I was gone. It's like, man, if you ever did something like that on my name, I'd smash the hell out of you. That's my name. What the hell is wrong with you? You move on yourself. What's wrong? I mean, no, Sarima. Because people like to be reckless, and you cannot be reckless with somebody else's reputation. Speaking of reckless, before I move on to this last story, Lord, what y'all think about this? What y'all think about this right here? Okay, so I'm not sure who made this, but this is absolutely hilarious and very fitting for what I've already been saying they were trying to do. They're trying to replace the sisters. And with what? With saying, hey, the real woman doesn't belong here, but the one that has the feminine penis does. And let's just push this real woman aside. Get on out of here, woman. No. So, yeah. Oh man. Oh, I forgot I had this in here too. You know, and when people break out like affidavits and PDF receipts on government websites, it's time to stop calling those people liars. And especially when some of us were in possession of these PDFs for like 2 years. You know, oh wow, well, you know, I just guess it's not my place right now, but when you start doing all the extra, okay. We're going pink. Ah, you said yes. Well, now you gotta go, sis. We don't do that here. You can go over there with what is it, Machine Gun Kelly. You guys can go pink out together. Because we don't do the nickel slicks. Okay, you dig it? But you know, there's a lot of people who want to sell you that happiness, false hope, keys, and cardboard ATM cards and such. So you know you'll have these things happening. Unfortunate, because a lot of people get tricked and tripped up by that. But always remember who some of your guru goddesses is. You dig? Whatever the hell that means. March Madness.
Mama, you ain't gonna keep this shit together with Gator gone. Come here, you little black bitch. That your ass belongs to me. I tell you what you can and can't do with it. Do you understand what I'm saying? I didn't say I was leaving. Shut up! Now all you hoes sit down, I want to talk to you. Anybody thinking about leaving here is going to find my left foot square up their ass. Do you understand it? Why? Shut up, you junkie whore! I'm talking to you. And those two bitches that left, they better learn to sell pussy in Iceland, because if I ever see them again, I'm going to cut their fucking throats. We're a family. And that's what we're going to stay. I got important business out there today. And when I call you, I want you to come out there and shake your asses proper. You hear? Huh? Now get out there and make it look good. And Raquel, take that fucking jacket off. Move it.
Samuel Logan said she need that screenshot. Oh, you need this one? Well, I'm Reverend Sam, your happiness man. Yes. Now, I want you to just think for a second. What is the difference in something like these phony preachers and these phony Democratic shills, and then these dudes that keep coming out here using the same repetitive words, all to combat what New Black Media and the grassroots are saying? And then, you know, Tariq the Sheik, he had a space the other day, and, you know, this fella, happened to mention my name. And here's the thing. You go by black nationalism, black nationalists and all of that, which I understand. There were people at one point that have listed themselves as that. My only personal identifier is a foundational black American, even personally so in Israel. Now, even if whatever you guys do after that, because I don't push any of my thing on anyone, other than the unity of the situation at hand. So, again, that's what, why they kind of gotten Martin Luther King out the paint, and they got Malcolm X out the paint. Because, see, they were starting to talk about getting together and setting the religious piece and that political piece aside to just focus on black issues. Well, the powers that be understand just what Nikki Barnes was trying to do. Oh, well, now that you have a demand, I don't see how it's not political. Being black is not political. Having a old debt is not a political thing. It's just an actual fact. So when you're trying to go out of your way to put labels on people, or That is no different. And so Luke, Nikki Barnes, Tara Perry, which is the reason why I even started the term black grassroots COINTELPRO tactics. The whole reason why I came up with that was for Tara Perry. Now you see, Tara Perry's in the mix with all of these shills. Damn, Beatzilla's early, isn't it? Woo-wee. Somebody talk truth to me.
Yeah, what you thought? Black again, bitch? I just don't give a fuck. I'm gonna figure out where she stays, and I'm gonna threaten the bitch. That's what I'm gonna do, Twitter. That's exactly why I tell you all, I'll put their kids in the motherfucking dirt. This is why these white motherfuckers think twice about Dr. B. Because they know I'll pull up and I'll kill them. Bitch, you were gonna come in here and just get to listen, little bitch? No, we'll put a bullet in your fucking head. Bring your bitch ass up. Mute your motherfucking mic, bitch. I haven't given you permission to speak in this goddamn room. Mute your fucking mic, bitch ass up. Now, I'm just straight up and kill every time I get on this app. I'm just thinking about who the fuck wants to feel one of these shares. Who?
So, like I'm saying, when you're effective, you get them sending all types of kinds of people like that. You know, shout out to Afro Elite for producing the Black Again remix. You know, because these are the type of things that we actually are seeing and hearing out here, ladies and gentlemen. People talking crazy in spaces. That's why I will not be found in these spaces. I'll be blocking these loons because I'm not trying to be. When you're in somebody's space, the people who follow you, just like Afro said it earlier, people know, you know, they'll follow you and be like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to come in here. So you're bringing your audience to these people's space. Be mindful of that, folks, because a lot of these people are looking to infect the people who follow us. That's why you don't see me in everybody's thing. You dig it? I only speak in the people who I really rock with spaces. So, with that being said, let's look at another possibly $11 million either flounder or favor. We will see. But let's see how it began.
Yesterday morning at 6 a.m., there was a historic event. And it's fitting that that event occurred in Black History Month. Yesterday morning was the birth of the Black News Channel.
A new channel has hit our small screens this February, right in time for Black History Month. The Black News Channel just launched Monday afternoon on Spectrum, Xfinity, Dish Network, and multiple streaming services. National Action Network held a press conference and a panel discussion in lieu of the launch.
We are here, we're going to provide news, information, and education culturally specific to our communities.
The network's acclaimed logo, By Black People for Black People, is a nod at their 24-hour, 7 days a week programming on content directly related to the Black experience.
We are more than entertainers and athletes. We are doctors and lawyers and engineers and journalists and nurses and moms and dads and farmers and ranchers. But you only see a small snippet of who we are. We've got an ability to change that.
Black News Channel, or BNC's, programming will include morning and primetime news along with shows specifically targeted to the Black audience that will focus on issues that impact African American health, culture, wellness, and other imperative topics. Dr. Ben Chavez, CEO of National Newspapers Publishers Association, says BNC will have programming directly related to Black millennials.
We are an enriched people culturally, and the Black News Channel offers an opportunity for the richness of Black culture to finally be told. on a 24/7 news channel. And I know that's going to be of interest to black millennials.
Black News Channel is expected to reach 33 million cable subscribers, though the company's goal is to reach 100 million subscribers. Reporting for BronxNet, Darissa White.
Now, when they launched that, after New Black Media's presence, of course, then that failed. But also, so did others. And, so again, there have been a few. One, like I said, that never got off the ground. They paid them girls $9 million. I got wind of them. I guess Tara Perry probably still has some hard feelings because, that whole thing that they were doing, let's attack this and attack that. Hey, you're a little overzealous. And then, what happened? Here's where Tara Perry probably really is kind of pissed because her little crew, it was a few of them, right? And one of these little dudes that hang around her, and I have my suspicions then, but I'm like, okay, whatever. You guys are really trying to get off. I see how you guys is overplaying using Nipsey Hussle's face. So that right there in itself is like, yeah, seeing how you not really from that, I look at y'all as like, who from that area is ever displaying Nipsey's face in their profile? But yeah, for them, it's like, oh yeah, right here. Man, it's so poserish. That's so poserish. So anyway, needless to say, one of these cats tried to get into it with me and then started losing followers live real time. And I said, look, just because you don't see anybody else interacting with this thread does not mean that other people don't see it. So right now, I'm going to end this conversation because now thank you for exposing yourself as a full-fledged Democratic shit. Now everybody can block you. And then he ended up blocking me because so many people stopped following him. Yes, they didn't. You didn't get the memo. Do not engage him publicly. And then you guys are sitting up there with like 8 blue checks. Oh man, you guys is Democrat deep. Got 8 blue checks sitting up there talking about they don't bring their best and brightest. Stop. No, nobody. The person that you wanted to come in there didn't come in. Now who you want? Say his name. Or her. Who do you want? But they ain't sending their best and brightest. Man, Black Alpha and Linus Crown smoked y'all. So y'all acting, man, see now, we ain't even gonna talk about that reparation stuff, man. I mean, we ain't gonna be talking about that. Now you see all of this money and all of this, what y'all don't know about that JT Watt dude, he's a conservative. He's a former, where was he at? Was he out of Missouri? He's a Republican from the 90s, for those who are old enough to remember when he was actually in office. So he's a long-standing black conservative. He's one of our resident coons. Homegrown coon. Let's see, and then who else? You seen Al Sharpton there. Because it's so they're bringing this out at the NAN conference. What the hell does a conservative like JT Watt have business sitting up there ushering out this with him and Dr. Ben. It's like, man, when I was younger, and I mean, not to disparage Brother Ben at all, but I would say he had a lot more validity to me in my younger days. Like, same with Cornell West. I'm sure I'm not the only one in my chat. I mean, we've always used, and not to say that we still do not look at these men in high esteem, but we no longer look at these men as leaders. And that's what we need that generation to accept. We absolutely will not and cannot let you lead us any further. You absolutely got to get out the way. Bend the knee to the youth. Step aside. Because they're building theirs. They're building their system over and over and over again. And all y'all keep doing is just sitting there and dying in the seat. Get the next little groomed individual who's right under you, who has no new ideas, to make sure that they come in our spaces talking stupid church talk. Well, the black church has turned into the pimp in the pulpit pimp section in a lot of cases. And then the other cases, just like Brother Professor Black Truth brought out this morning in his moment of truth today, about how the black church absolutely played the black community and made all of its youth that were out in the street, instead of standing for their demands and standing for their pain and hurt, you put targets on their back by labeling them as gang members. Now, for the same person that you aided in their crime bill, look at the generation that just got smoked at Tops grocery store in Buffalo, or the Mother of Manuel, AME. Those are voters. Those are solid Democrat, vote blue, no matter who voters, and your vote might very well have gotten you murdered. Just like my chief moderator told this sister earlier today. Thank you. Thank you for voting for Joe Biden. All of this turmoil that we are going through right now is thanks to you. Thanks for Jalen Walker getting shot at 90 times. Thanks for Breonna Taylor. I mean, that's way back then, and we still see no justice is getting done there. But we can watch all of the January 6th white defendants get slaps on the wrist. Man, we're winning because it's so much better than Trump. So much better than Trump that the white man that they sit up there and went into the Capitol for is basically turning his back on prosecuting, while giving $37 billion for crime protection and police. $37 billion. He also is trying to get the random taken away. So if you just get snatched up off the street and they don't read you your rights, so be it. You're still arrested, and the case will still stand. This is a horrible position for Black America. Now, with that being said, check this out. Because, see, again, I'm telling you, this, our voices, this is why all of this is happening. They do not want Black empowerment. And the more that Black folks have the energy permeating through the airwaves, that it is no vote for no tangibles. No tangibles, no vote. Cut the check. We're coming to Washington for our check. And now that you know that there's a rally going down in October, yeah, there's a whole lot of worry out here because they are absolutely, like I told y'all yesterday, the ultimate objective is to make sure we stay the permanent underclass. So now we have another rich Negro who's buying the Black News Channel Network. And I have to wonder why. Because, see, again, they absolutely bit the dust trying to compete with real black news, which is the new black media, the people who speak for the people. So let's again dig into this.
Right now, folks, hundreds of workers are out of a job as the Black News Channel announces it's going to be shutting down. Several employees are reporting their paychecks are getting delayed, and we're told the network has filed for bankruptcy. The news comes just a few hours after the channel tweeted it set an all-time viewership record during its special coverage of Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's confirmation hearings. In a Los Angeles Times article, it reports the majority stakeholder and Jacksonville Jaguars owner Shad Khan is no longer willing to invest.
Yeah, but what's that you say, Luke? Yeah, you're not ready for this. This ain't rap. This is roast. Now let's hear. I'm gonna play this recording of the article here from the Hollywood Reporter. So I'm gonna play the audio of this article. So here we go.
Byron Allen buys Black News Channel for $11 million. The cable news channel, founded by Jacksonville Jaguars owner Shad Khan, had shut down in March. Byron Allen's Allen Media Group is buying the Black News Channel, with plans to revive the bankrupt cable news outlet and significantly grow its distribution footprint. Allen's company is acquiring substantially all of BNC's assets for $11 million, with a bankruptcy court in Tallahassee, Florida, formally signing off on the sale. BNC is available in about 45 million homes through companies like Comcast, Charter, and DirecTV, and Allen says his company can grow that distribution to about 80 million homes in the next 6 months. It's not immediately clear, however, what Allen has in store for BNC's lineup or programming. BNC had just rebooted its primetime lineup last year with hopes of turning things around. BNC's previous owner, Jacksonville Jaguars owner Shad Khan, had invested over $100 million in BNC since its 2020 launch, before shutting it down in March. Allen says that his company will deliver a best-in-class network to serve the underserved African American community and the advertisers who want to reach this extremely valuable audience. Also, we appreciate the opportunity to provide cable operators, satellite companies, telcos, and digital platforms diversity of ownership, voices, and viewpoints on their programming lineups by having a 100% African American-owned network, he added. Allen, a comedian turned media mogul, has become one of Hollywood's most aggressive players, opportunistically acquiring digital media brands, cable networks, and local TV stations to grow his company. AMG owns the Weather Channel, 27 local TV stations in 21 markets, and digital brands like The Griot and Comedy.tv. And Allen has long expressed interest in the TV news space. Before Warner Media's merger with Discovery, when CNN was seen as a potential sale or spin-off target, Allen told THR that his company will make a bid if CNN becomes available. His acquisition of BNC out of bankruptcy suggests that Allen has no intention of slowing down now. Sydney Sweeney on fame, Hollywood fakery, and a pressure of paying the bills.
All right. So maybe he got some plans I don't know of, but I mean, it looks like he got some kind of plans. Yeah, buddy. Never forget, though, the African American community stood up again for me. Although he's never done for you. You always had my back, and I will always have yours. Here is a $37 billion crime bill for the police. And now you need a media apparatus that can reach the black audience. Still without going to the black audience. See, this tells you that this is an agenda to, again, circumvent your voice. Nothing more, nothing less. I mean, because Byron Allen, of all people, is now like, since when does he give a damn about black people getting entertainment the way, from their perspective? I seem to recall his interview with Charlemagne the God, or the devil, or demon, however you want to look at it. But with Charlemagne, when he said, when Charlemagne was asking him about black content, and he was basically saying how nobody wanted to see black content. What's changed? Because I keep hearing in these spaces how FBA and you guys aren't making that type of noise. And it's you guys are a small group. And I mean, there's only so many numbers of you on Twitter. Really? Well, let's put that to the test. I'll tell you. You can hold on to that notion. Or you could understand that there are already flyers out here in the street. But a boycott is upon you, like it or not. It's not one person. No, I had nothing to do, and I don't know anybody who did have anything to do with the idea of these flyers. However, I support that notion. And if I had some flyers to pass out, I damn sure would. Because I believe this sentiment. Do you see how that works? That's just simply called agreement. I agree that foundational black Americans should make and absolutely have a vote boycott. Now, with that being said, that is announcing, like a factory workers or something, hey, meet our demands or we are going on strike. Stop treating black people as if we don't understand how the game works. This is our position. Either we're comfortable or everybody is uncomfortable. That's how it's just going to be. You can't have this policeman in office talking about he's better than Trump when he's up here talking about being more pro-police than the Republicans. How the hell can you scare me about the Republicans if your guy is telling us he's more pro-police than a Donald Trump or these white supremacist Republicans that you're so scared of? Because they're not the ones killing us. You stay on your porch. No, they won't stay on their porch, ma'am. What they'll do, instead of staying on their porch or coming off, they'll go to the little police academy and become a cop. And if they can't make it as a cop, then they'll become a CO. And then you'll have a family member of yours sitting up there in some prison with some sadistic psychopath CO with their life in his hands. Y'all got to get out of political immaturity, because we are. And the order of the day, just like I said yesterday, This is why I heard them speaking so much about what they heard in my space last night. Or not in my space, but on my broadcast after the space on Monday. So again, if you guys would like to confer with Mr. Said Beatzilla, then you could do so by simply saying that's who you're talking. But I mean, my name means shadow anyway, so if that's how you want to do it and keep mentioning things that I mentioned in my broadcast and win, I don't know what that's going to get you. But I mean, no, this thing will be acknowledged. This is the new black media. This is grassroots. This is the voice of the people. And I mean, hell, I've been around this thing long enough to understand how all of this thing works. And I definitely know, like I will always tell you, I know what the Clintonites look like. You can smell a Clintonite from a mile away. Because you'll always be able to tell they get carte blanche of just doing the most, like the little nutty one that I did, the Kiera, like I talked about, broke down all those liars that were up there last Friday. Yeah, all of them people, they come from the same bougie, talented 10th, boule offspring of the Clintonites. They go get into the talented 10th and get that thing, and they get vetted. They go through the Jack and Jill and come up, go to get to do the debutante ball, go to college, get the sorority joint. Or they'll go to the service and come out of Eastern Star. None of this I'm new to. And hell, y'all been here in my chat when I literally told y'all I was with Keegan Smith. So there's a white man in my chat. He told y'all I was the truth. I tell you, with him in the chat, I told you, me and him smoked weed with David Rothschild. At his show. Well, actually ours. Because we were both playing that night. Like, anybody ever tell you you look like Jesus? So don't get it twisted. These people typically they're not as far away as you think they are. But that's more of the like Hollywood thing. These people control the world, so they ain't tripping on shit. So I mean, you may walk past somebody, one of these Rockefellers, every day and don't know, because you would never. Or one of these other individual world runners, because they like to know what the pulse is on the ground too. That's one of the main reasons why we have the internet. That way they don't have to personally be involved, especially when people start getting sick. Wow, imagine the timing, man. 5G, woo! Whoa, boy, never saw that coming. It's like, boy, for like 20, 30 years, but oh man, that's crazy talk. I could never see that happen. I could never see that happen. Everybody terrified to ask me what I think now. Terrified to ask me what I was. Man, yeah, 9/11, boy, people was nervous, boy. 9/11, well, it was at my house. Hey, man, hey, man, you got, I'll bring a 6-pack of beer through, hey, man, I had so much beer in my house, 9/11 wasn't funny. People was worried. Hey, is this that thing you be talking about? I'm not going to say it ain't. I mean, let's put it to you like this. If you want a reference if something is planned or not, look for the sign of it maybe showing up in a book, poem, TV show, commercial. Long Kiss Goodnight, the movie. Samuel Jackson. I mean, it could be one of these type of things that might tell you, damn, man. As soon as they hit the World Trade Center in Trading Places, go look at the clock. It's right there. So you got the two towers. Ooh, 9/11. Oh, Double. Wow. All right. So, not to say that there's any kind of conspiracy. Um, I would tell you that it's more of a plan. So when you have individuals that are this desperately wicked, um, such as people who have been in the White House and who still control the powers of white supremacy here in America, who I could not convince any black person on earth ever that Hillary Clinton is worse than Donald Trump could ever be. I would never be able to convince any black person. Hillary Clinton and Bill Gates are the two worst people for black people ever known to man. You want the Antichrist? She's it. Antichrist, you'd be looking for an opposite of a man, wouldn't you? I mean, find me one worse. Find me one worse. So understand what we're dealing with, family. Like, you got a whole bunch of people that know where the power is and they want access to it. They want, look at, why do you think they're going to get in the old washed up reserves? You ain't sending nobody this hot. They're not sending nobody this hot right now. Byron Allen buying a defunct media source? What do you think that's for? To give credit to a bunch of retreads like Roland Martin and try to see if they could do something like, let's see, Cuomo. So Chris Cuomo's out of a job. See what they'll do. Let's think. We're talking about Byron Allen here. So the first things you're going to be doing is seeing primetime white people for black targeted media. That's going to be Byron. So, I mean, if that's what he's doing, this just looks like the last hurrah for black attention. That's almost what it looks like. Like the last hurrah for black attention. Like, if we can't get them to pay no attention to us now, we are done. And rightfully so. Rightfully so, you should. Byron can kick rocks with his corny ass. For real though. See, AJ said you just summed up all the boulets. Man, well, they know what they is. I mean, shit, they know what they're part of. So that means they also know the pecking order. I ain't worried about that. No. Family, some of y'all are just above their pay grade. Y'all just don't know it. You got a bunch of $1 million peasants. Somebody will catch on to what I just said later. $1 million peasants. But always remember how they do ours when they absolutely represent us. When they represent us with class, style, and grace. This society has always sought to make those individuals a disgrace. Let's say no more collectively, family. No more.
Put the
at all.
number up on the screen. You see this number 202-806-2500. This is the number to the office of the president at Howard University. This is also his email address, hupresident@howard.edu. Family, they owe our ancestor an apology, family. So let me put this up. We need to flood them with emails while Mama Lauren is still alive, family. She should be apologized. They owe her and her family a public apology. And we the people demand they do that. I know they wouldn't like their enrollment numbers to drop because a lot of black people support Howard. Remember, HU, all that crap. Well, tell HU to apologize to our ancestor that they fired in 1975 for telling the daggone truth.
Y'all said he bring a Godfrey on. Oh, so let me guess, he gonna get Lord Jamar too. Because see, again, understand it's gonna be the Tethers for Reparations network. So if y'all saw what I was showing y'all yesterday, notice how the whole Luke Pander squad paid attention to yesterday's broadcast. You understand me? Because that Nikki Barnes was talking about exactly what I was talking about. So here's their issue. And then, Miss Princess, I'm sorry, but I'm going to bust you out now. I mean, because this is what you're coming in here to do. You're coming in here to foolishness and trying to fool people like we don't know what time it is. So at the end of the day, no tangibles, no vote. And yeah, you guys are just like singular voters. And singular voters don't never really get nothing. Because singular voting and singular vote, and singular vote. Okay, well, first off, ma'am, reparations is a singular issue, but it covers a multitude of bases. So technically, ma'am, it is not a singular vote, but I can understand when you don't have roots to this country why you could say something like that. And all the other people on the panel who have no roots here in America, but have your roots in the Caribbean and other places. So you do not fight and have the internal need to make justice right for your family. Well, that's where we're different. And so with all other groups that do not possess that, then we have to align ourselves with like-minded individuals that think like the next person, right? Well, so if we're doing that, I don't see anything wrong with that. We're looking out for us, and that's the right thing to do. We are foundational Black Americans. We are Black, not Black and. It's Black, stop. Black, period. Go no further, okay? So, with that being said, I'm not going to take no phone calls tonight. That's what works in the chat. Lee Hill said, I like this. If you are new here, please share this on your social media. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of summer. And I am heavily shadow banned by the forces that be. Because, before, like myself and people like Afro Elite had to make pages, we were already impactful. And so the one thing that they thought that they could diminish our impact is, well, we'll just call you guys bots. How do we know you're even Black? Well, I guess about close to 2,000 followers later, over that now. Yeah, there's that. So that's how you know. All of these people can tell you, yeah, we are what we look like. Yeah, that's us. Yeah, that's our voice. So the same person that you're talking to and annihilates white trolls, yeah, that's me. I mean, I am from Portland, Oregon. So, I mean, please, it comes very easy. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, always remember, Democrats, if you do not want to take care of the whole car, well then everybody is uncomfortable. But the Democratic Party, man, what are you gonna do to the Democrats? Even if you think I should, bitch, bigger, I don't give a fuck. And this is why.
The answer is not to defund the police. is to fund the police. Fund them. Fund them.
Oh. So, yeah, it's about that time, you know. But always remember that you can never hide what you really are when you come in full of lies. Because, see, some of us always keep our stones of truth at the ready. And some of us, even as good as snipers with our stones of truth. And sometimes you could just be out there and you be like, oh, I'm going good, I'm going good, I'm going good. And then the truth hits.
Wish I have $1 million bucks. Go. Well, I wish I don't be in love. So feel me, pretty baby. I make one wish and I wish it all on you. Oh, oh, oh. Making love to the break of dawn. Me and you to the baby's born. Till my baby's born. Yo, say, come on. Till my baby's born. Till my baby's born.
Answer struggling. So, again, message of the day. Chills, we see you. And you're spending more and more and more money to ignore black people. We are not a small thing. Our voice is not little. We understand we're effective and we ain't going nowhere. So stop sending people who are out of their league trying to talk with some kind of intelligence about black issues when all they have been worrying about is being at the strip club worrying about ass cheeks. Oh, shout out to Red Joker. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. And one more time, shout out to Ashley Beck.
Yo, Joe! He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I. Joe is there. It's G.I. Joe against Cobra, the enemy, fighting to save the day. He never gives up, he's always there, fighting for freedom over land and air. G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I. Joe is there.
G.I. Joe is the code name for America's daring, highly trained Special Mission Force. Its purpose, to defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
He never gives up, he'll stay till the fight's won. G.I. Joe will dare. G.I.
Joe. G.I. Joe. Shout out to Little Tigger. I mean, Big Tigger.
Teach your man how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
Y'all are not mentally ready for this group over here. I hope y'all understand, boy, because this is a different group of thinkers, y'all. And message from us to all.
Don't try to knock me, player, cause I'll leave your head stale. Light you up real good, you will never get well.
Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. Let it fall and let us rise. Can you dig it? You understand? Oh man, oh man, oh man. Be like, hey man, but what about man? What if the Republicans win,
I
man?
don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
It's reparations or nothing. That's the message. Understand? No tangibles, no vote. So yeah, don't let nobody get you off your square. And you know, if you need to do some immediate checking, then so be it. You understand? Because it's our time, man, and we've been on the bottom, and it's do or die. You understand? Are full fledged. That's why everybody's fighting so hard. They almost got them all the way in the permanent underclass position, and they fighting to stay from it. So we have to keep up this pressure. Can you dig? And we gonna do it in the righteous, focused way. And righteous does not mean docile. Righteous just means righteous. Doing it in the right manner, with righteous indignation. There's a season for everything. So, yeah, there's that part too. So before anybody come, well, I'm a Christian. No, white Jesus got you. See, the book is speaking over here. You might want to figure out where you want to be, up under your pastor or in that book. Now, there's people who don't even follow the book, that are following righteousness more devoutly than you following white Jesus. Figure it out. Y'all can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, beatzillapdx, Patreon, beatzillapdx official, and on Melanated People at Michael Beatzilla with more. You can also, you said righteous is righteous. Thank you. Simple as that. And also, you could email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And if you feel so inclined to put some money in the bucket, you definitely can by way of donation. You can drop off the love offering. You can drop off that 10% right here if you need to. And shut up the doors of the church. Lock the door. See, we have a little more number to go now. Now we're trying to get the building. We need the building fund now. But no, in all seriousness, y'all can definitely drop a donation at CashApp $beatzillapdx. That's CashApp $beatzillapdx. And also we have PayPal, which that is Zilla Muzak. That is ZILLAMUZAK at PayPal. So with that being said, I'm enjoying my time here. Thank you, as per usual. Thank you so much, and I appreciate how y'all hang out with me for 3 hours plus per broadcast. So I really appreciate that. And thank y'all for who has been tuning in for the shorter broadcast. I also appreciate that as well. So until the next time you see my face will be Friday for the weekly wrap up. But like I said, be on the lookout for the other videos that will be premiering between tomorrow and next week. So make sure you stay tuned, hit the notification bell, hit the word all. That way you are always notified. And, we are, and I believe tomorrow is the press conference for Carolyn Bryant. I think that's going to be like multi-streamed or something like that, because it's going to be multiple places. So, again, also, I did not forget the sister that hit up the reparations panel in Memphis. I did not at all miss that. I will be also hitting that as well in its own piece, because I want to let that whole little piece shine. So, with that being said, y'all have a blessed evening, and stay away from them demons, and stay away from fake preachers that have financial cons in their background. Excuse me. With that being said, you will always be able to tell what the truth is by the stone of truth when you skip it upside somebody's head with that lie. But, and you'll see how they'll react, because what do we say about when you throw a smooth stone of truth into a crowd of dogs? Only the hit dog hollers. Shalom, y'all.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir, you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. Yes. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knocked out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.